welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page for Thursday, 4th January. I am Curtis Morton. In our headlines, local cricket resumes this weekend. And in our feature for this evening, we feature some of the action between the visiting USA Warriors under 16 and their Univision counterparts. We'll take this break and I'll be right back.
I'm Zach Harmon.
And I'm Denise Golden.
And you are watching NTV 8.
Well, I'm back and we start with cricket. After the Christmas holiday break, the local cricket league is set to resume this coming weekend. Matches scheduled are as follows. Saturday the 6th of January, Pioneers takes on Empire at noon at the Eat Willett Park. Brownhill takes on Highlights 1 at noon at VOJN. And then on Sunday the 7th January, thus one game scheduled. Highlights 2 takes on SDA Jets at noon at the ETW with possible changes to the VOJN. Further afield, David Warner has announced his retirement from one-day cricket alongside the end of his Test career, although he has kept the door ajar to play the 2025 Champions Trophy if Australia thinks they need him at that time. I'm definitely retiring from one-day cricket as well, he said at the SCG on Monday. That was something that I had said through the World Cup. Get through that and winning it in India, I think that's a massive achievement. So I'll make that decision today to retire from those forms, which does allow me to go and play some other leagues around the world and sort of get one-day team moving forward a little bit. I know there's a Champions Trophy coming up. If I'm playing decent cricket in 2 years' time and I'm around and they need someone, I'm going to be available. Barring a surprise return in 2 years' time, it means that the World Cup final against India was his final one-day, leaving him with a tally of 6,932 runs at an average of 45.30 with 22 centuries. He's Australia's 6th highest run scorer in men's one-days and second on the hundreds list behind Ricky Ponting, who played 205 more one-day matches than Warner. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Eliminate breeding today, keep mosquitoes away. Here are some ways to eliminate mosquito breeding sources around your home. Tightly cover water drums, barrels, tanks, cisterns, and septic tanks. Safely dispose of buckets, old tires, and any other unused containers and objects that hold water. Scrub the inside of PET containers, flower vases, and dish drainers every other day. Remove water from flower pot saucers and replace with damp sand. Overturn buckets, watering cans, wheelbarrows, and other containers and store them in a sheltered place. Adequately treat swimming pools and discard water from portable pools. Check roof gutters for chokes regularly. Fill up exposed tree holes, plant axils, and ground depressions with sand. If you are going for a holiday, empty toilet bowls and tanks and cover gully traps. Reduce the source. Eliminate breeding today, keep mosquitoes away.
This message was brought to you by the Nevis Health Promotion Unit in collaboration with Nevis Television 8.
Well, I'm back, and tonight we feature action from Game 2 as the visiting USA Warriors engage their Univision under 16 counterparts at the Eat Willett Park. We join you here at the Eat Willett Park, and we have the visiting US Warriors team, youth team, here on Nevis. Last year they were here, and we have the Nevis youth team, a youth team, I think, mainly of under 17s, I think, and they're here. And so the action continues with Jaden Brown bowling. He loops it up, he's beaten, and the keeper doesn't hold on to it immediately, stops it nonetheless, and a white signal by umpire Derek Parry. So young Jaden Brown moving once more to bowl. There he goes. Better pitch delivery, comes solidly forward and just pushes it quietly into the offside, can't score. So we are well away from the scorers, but I guess at some point we can get an update. As here's Brown, shorter, he's smashing into that. Bangs it into the onside. The man at long on races across, picks it up. They're thinking of the second, but the return comes in quickly. They only get one. That ends the over. So the action continues. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. Short, too short. He punches it into the offside. I think that's the captain, Light Brown, moving across smartly, picks it up. So here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Oh, that might be a no ball. Smashed into the offside. Well stopped, and that might be a run out as well. I don't think he removed the bails. Well, it went past him actually. And it's going to be another free hit. It was stopped, backed up in the onside, but another free hit. He has done that before. Releasing the ball and about chest height really to the batsman on 2 occasions. So this is another free hit. Last time around he got away with it. This time around, let's see, the batsman will be looking to swing and swing big. So settles over his bat now. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. Full toss, he's driving. Light Brown comes across, doesn't pull it in right away. They get an easy single. So one more to the total. So the bowler hasn't really settled as yet. Prepares to bowl from the pavilion end. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. That's a better delivery, but it's punched away into the offside. They're off and running quickly. Pick up a single easily too. So one more to the total. Here he goes now, moves in out, short and down the leg side, smashed away, backward up square. That should be 4. Well, he's going to be pulled in, nicely pulled into. Quick movement there, and there might be a run out here. And he was struggling, a bit of a mix-up between the two batsmen, not for the first time, but in the end got home safely. So the team from the US, last year they showed that they have some talent, and this year again showing that they have a couple of batsmen here. That's one a little wideish. The umpire thinks about it, turns around and says, "Right, it's a wide." So the bowler really having his hands full here in terms of not being settled. Moves in once more to bowl. That's closer. Left alone, better pitch delivery. Left. Oh, white signal by the umpire. It was closer, but the umpire is closer than I am, and he saw it pitching outside of that line. There's a mark out there. So here goes once more. Moves in now. Full pitch delivery. He's driving it into the offside, and quick movement by the fielder gets a return in. No runs. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Flat and short, and he pulls it. Is that a catch or is that a catch? He has dropped it. Young Daniel got to it. Looked for one moment as if he had it in his grasp and floored it. It was short. It was a rank long hop. He pulled it, but it was in the air, and it carried, falling just short of Daniel, who was diving forward. Looked spectacular for a moment, and probably got his hands on it, but just didn't hold on. So We understand that 30 overs have been bowled. It's a 40 overs encounter. And so Jaden Brown, it is continuing from the Bartherton end, the historic Bartherton end, moves it now to bowl, loops it, he hits it high and hard. It's away from the man at long on. He has a chase. Can he pull it in? He can. He pulls it in now, but he definitely went after that. It was looped up to him, and he belted into it. It was away from the man at long on, who had a hard run, but dropping well away from him. 2 runs safely acquired. 2 more to the Warriors. So it's going to be Jaden Brown once more. Moving in now. Bowl loops it again. This time he's just stroking it back up the strip to the bowler. A lot more cautious on that occasion. Not going for the big heave. Pushing it tentatively back up the strip to the bowler. Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Loops it. Well looped. That's a lovely loop. He's hitting it to the man and takes a catch. He's gone. Caught at deep mid-wicket. Well caught on that occasion. And he went into the big shot once more. And Jaden Brown has picked up a crucial wicket. Jaden Brown bowls to the new batsman. He loops it. He's down the check. He's bowled. Clean bowled. Played right around it. And Jaden Brown beautifully looped delivery. The batsman was down the track, missed it completely, and is bowled. Well, this Athanaze into the attack, bowls flat and caught, brilliantly caught. He cut at it hard, and the fielder was moving smartly and pulled in the catch, and it seems as if, well, I'm not sure if they're all out. No, not quite. But that's 3 wickets on the trot, not to the same bowler, but 3 wickets in 3 deliveries. And we have a young lady going out now, which is good to see that we have young ladies involved in the US cricket as well. So it's a young lady batting. Athanaze bowls, strikes on the patch. He has a swing at it. Goes down the leg side. So 3 wickets in 3 balls, but don't be mistaken, not to the same bowler. Jaden Brown got 2 in his final 2 deliveries in the last over, and Athanaze got 1 off the first ball of this over. So he's moving in once more, trying to get another. Bowls flats again, tugging this one into the onside. Picks up mid-wicket on the ground this time, showing the men how it should be done. She's putting it on the ground. Settles once more. Athanaze rushing through. Moves in now. Loops at 1. Beaten outside the off-turn. Well taken by the keeper. So, Athanaze, his dad was also an off-spinner. Seems to be doing some kind of an off-spin too. Loops at 1. This time she's pushing it into the upside. Off her running. Might be out. He's sent on his way. They rushed through for the single, and it was a direct hit. And look at the celebration. They rushed to him. Brilliant piece of work, that. And knocking out the stumps. Direct hit. And, well, they were trying to steal a single, but it's not on. Brilliant work in the field on that occasion. It seems as if the innings has folded. Before the 40 overs are complete, they have been bowled out. And so, bowled out. No. This not live. Okay. We're going to get the final score in a bit. But the youngsters come back. Well, just as an update, the U.S. Warriors, they got to 106 all out in 31.4 overs. The target for the Nevis team would be 107. We'll be back when that innings begin. So the Nevis team is now at the crease, and the openers are Light Brown, who I understand made 80 plus yesterday in the first encounter, and he's opening alongside Athenaeus. So Athenaeus is the other opener. I understand he's a very aggressive player, so we should see some excitement. I'm thinking that the Nevis team shouldn't be too long out in the sun to knock off 107, but then it's a glorious game of cricket. So we have a female wicket-keeping. We understand that she's pretty good, and then another female is in the field. We understand she's a pretty good leg spinner. So the girls showing their worth early in this American setup, the Warriors. So we have moves in now to bowl. First ball, Light Brown flashes at a wideish delivery. Derek Parry signals wide. Wide of the mark, and Light Brown had a flash at it. And it was true to the keeper. And we will watch the keeper closely, because you don't normally have a lot of female wicket keepers in male cricket. And she's keeping pretty well up too. Here goes, bowls. Driving that one. Man, a short extra. Picks it up easily on the bounce. Can't score. Here goes now. Moves in now to bowl. Short. He's hitting this one deliberately over backward of point, and it's going to run pretty close to the boundary. It's a very slow outfield, and so it actually pulls up. And strong return by the young lass. And they got 3. So 3 more to the total. So Athenaeus, son of Justin Athenaeus of Leeward Islands fame, very good all-rounder Justin Athenaeus, and now his son following in his footsteps. You understand that he's also a right-arm off spinner and a very attacking batsman. Settles over his batters. He moves in now to bowl. He's driving up towards mid-off, can't score. So here goes once more from the batter to end. Races in now to bowl. He's flashing that one just over the head of the leaping man at point, and it's going to run pretty close to the boundary. They might look for another third here. So another 3 runs. Athenaeus has to hustle, but another 3 runs acquired. And it's a no ball signal now by Derek Parry. So it's a free hit now to Light Brown. So even if he was caught, because it was a leaping effort there, and just couldn't pull it in. He has gone back a few paces now, but definitely over his head on that occasion. Here's the free hit deliveries. Moves in now to bowl to Light Brown, just stroking it. Maybe forgot that it was a free hit. Really could have swung a lot harder at that. And even if you got out bowled, it wouldn't have really mattered. Now it's back to normal programming as he moves in now to bowl to Brown. Here he goes. Bowl. Light is driving. This time a little more a shot in anger on that occasion. Hitting it hard. It travels up to mid-off. Can't score. So here goes once more. Brown settles. Bowler bowls. Brown is slapping this one to the offside. He finds the gap, but the outfield is slow. The man is chasing after it. Can he pull it in? It's going to go pretty close to the boundary, and it slows up. I think they're going to get another free. Seems as if they'll have to run all their runs today, because that was hit very firmly. Found the gap too. It was a lovely shot, and they only got 3. By the look of things, we're going to have a left armer into the attack. Left arm over the wicket, and he'll be bowling to Light Brown. So the captain Brown settles. See, races in now to bowl. He's trying to flick that one, misses the shot. It goes away for a wide. So it would be 2 more to the total, 2 wides. 2 batsmen having a quick chat. Athenaeus, of course, is in the under 15 regional Leeward Islands team for the West Indies Cricket Board's regional 15 and under competition headed, I think it's sometime in Easter time, 2024. As a matter of fact, I think he's a captain, Athenaeus. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl to Athenaeus. Athenaeus is driving, calls immediately for the single. And they're off for the run. 1 more to the total. So here he goes. Left arm over the wicket. Moves in now to bowl to Brown. Brown is driving, thinking of the single, but hit too firmly. Made off his end quickly, can't score. So, here goes once more. Races in now. Nice smooth looking run up ball. So Brown is trying to turn once more. This time the keeper grabs onto it. And white signal by the umpire. So he goes from the pavilion end, races in now to bowl. Brown is on driving, just short. Is he out? He's out caught. Well, I was wondering about that. And I think Light Brown hesitated, but he was on driving. And for one moment, it looks as if it was a pickup. And the umpire signaled he's on his way. I think Light Brown still has a query on that. But he has been sent, so no need to hesitate. So the Warriors team, they have a crucial wicket. The man who made 80 plus yesterday is gone. And at number 3 is Bolo. Now he would have gone off to England recently, and we understand that his cricket has improved. So we'll be having a close-up look at him today as he joins Athenaeus at the crease. Athenaeus again having a quick word with Bolo, rushing down to tell him something. Field has been very carefully set, very attacking field too. Seem to be working to a plan. We have a man at point, a man at kind of fly slip, and then a short extra, then a deeper extra cover. Here goes bowls. Looks as if you'd have to say it was a deliberate shot, and might have just picked up the first boundary. No, it has stopped inside. But I would want to think that he steered it. The bowler would want to think that it was an edge. But I think he steered it, did Bolo, and got 2 in the process, down to 3rd man.
Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.